why division by 0 is not defined. So this is the topic for today's discussion. So let's get into the history of this thing. So friends, there was this mathematician whose name was Bhaskara. He lived in AD 1014 to 85. Okay, so he was the first to give the correct explanation for he gave the correct explanation for what division by zero means. What division by zero means. So he has written one book which is Lilavati. In this book, he has mentioned what is meant by the number divided by zero. Okay. Later on, there was this mathematician whose name was Brahmagupta. So this guy, whose name was Brahmagupta, was the one who started working with zero. He started working with zero as a separate number altogether, and all the laws that if zero is also known as the additive identity, right? For such example, if I add zero to any number, for example, what kind of operations he gave? If I add zero to any number, I'll get the same number. Okay, so zero is known as the additive identity. All right, friends. Now the question is, whenever someone needs to answer a question where they need to divide any number by zero, okay, it sometimes leads to confusion, and most of the time it is done wrong. For example, what we usually do, for some people, they write, let's say, any number 4 divided by 0 is equals to 0, or 4 divided by 0 is equals to 4. But although some people are aware of the fact that division by 0 is not defined, they usually do not know the reason behind it, isn't it? So let's understand why this is so. So we will consider reason 1. Let's say, what is this reason 1? Reason 1 says division is a process of division is a process of repeated subtraction, right? So division is a process of repeated subtraction till the remainder is 0. The remainder is 0. Now, to understand this, let us consider one example. Let's say 8 divided by 2. Okay. So now, how many times? What is division? It is repeated subtraction. So how many times we have to subtract this 2 in 8 so that we get the remainder as 0? So let's see. 8 minus 2, 6, and here we will write the number of times we have subtracted. So this is first time. Then 8, 6 minus 2, 4. Then 4 minus 2, we got 2. Then 2 minus 2, we got 0. Right? So this is second time, this is third time, and this is the fourth time. Right? So in total, how many times we have subtracted 2 from 8 so that we got 0? So we have subtracted 4 times. And therefore, we say 8 divided by 2 is equals to 4. Okay. Now friends, let's divide a number. Let's say 1 with 0 and try to solve it using the same process of repeated subtraction. So 1 divided by 0, I can write this as 1 divided by 0. So we want to know how much is this, right? So we have given this region that is division is the process of repeated subtraction. So basically now what we have to do here is how many times I have to subtract 0 from 1 so that I'll get the remainder as 0. So let's see here. 1 minus 0, we got it as 1. This is the first time we have subtracted. Then again 1 minus 0, we get 1. This is the second time. Then again 1 minus 0, we got 1. Then again 1 minus 0, we'll get 1. Right? So you can see here, no matter how many times we subtract 0 from 1, we will never get 0. Okay? So now let us consider the second reason. Reason 2, division is the inverse process of multiplication. Division is the inverse process of multiplication. Now let us see why it is so. For example, if I have 6 divided by 2, so 6 divided by 2, we know it is 3 because 3 2s is 6. So 2 into 3 will be equal to 6, right? So 6 divided by 2 is 3. Therefore, 2 into 3 will be 6, right? Or in general, I can say if any number A is divided by number B so that the quotient is C, then I can say according to this rule that B into C should be equal to A, isn't it? Therefore, let us suppose 1 divided by 0 is equals to x. Then according to this statement, 0 into x should be equal to 1. But now this result contradicts the fact that any number divided by 0 is 0, right? So therefore it becomes clear why division by 0 is undefined. Okay, so 0 into anything is 0, therefore this is not true. I hope friends this thing is clear to you. Thanks for watching.